My name is Benjamin Woods, and I play the Spanish flamenco guitar. I was about 13 years old, and my friends had a little band, and I wanted to be in it, so they showed me the regular chords on the guitar, and I did my best to learn, and played in our junior high. It was a little band. We did Bon Jovi and a bunch of Kiss and ridiculous music, you know, but it was a lot of fun. And later I got into speed metal, and I was playing electric guitar and speed metal bands and heavy metal bands and whatnot in Seattle. And it was a fun journey, and a little bit strange how I got to playing the flamenco guitar. But I was living in a house with all my bandmates, and came home one day, and one of our roommates, who we didn't know so well, had stolen my electric guitar and all my amplifiers and all my gear, and we didn't know him so well, and he turned out to be into drugs and some bad stuff. So luckily he got out of our life, but he took my stuff with him. So I had a Spanish guitar left, and I always liked to practice. So I started playing Spanish guitar, and I still practiced my heavy metal, and I thought, this kind of sounds like that Spanish guitar music. Maybe I should learn some of that. And then I started studying that, thinking that this will really make my electric guitar chops be more unique. But turns out I never did get an electric guitar again. Just got more and more involved and started playing flamenco and started playing for dance classes and flamenco dancers and singers, and I've been doing that for about the past 15 years. So starting when I was 13, I've been playing guitar for a little while now. I am a professional flamenco guitarist first, and I play anything from Spanish classical music to authentic flamenco music and the music of southern Spain and of Latin America, and I really enjoy that. But I am American, and like I said, I came from a heavy metal background. I have to pay tribute to my roots, so I have to be myself. I created a music that it takes flamenco music and heavy metal music and puts them together, because the flamenco guitar is, I like to think, the heavy metal of acoustic music. It can be very fast and aggressive and powerful, very dynamic, dark, and very moody at times. So I thought that it was a perfect connection, although nobody seemed to understand what I was talking about. So since I really wanted to hear this kind of music and nobody did it, I had to create it. So I call it Flametal, which is Flamenco and Metal. And I've been working on that for about the past 6 years now. We've released 6 albums as a band, and I've released solo projects as well. We have 3 different incarnations of this music of Flametal. There is a full-out heavy metal band with drummer, bass player, electric guitar player. I play this and I sing also, and we have flamenco dancers in the group. It's very loud and very raucous, and we play heavy metal concerts, and you know, for lots of beer drinkers, and it's pretty awesome. But not all venues and clients want that, understandably. So we also do a mellow version of that, where we take the same music and the same members, but we use more acoustic instruments, and it's much softer, much slower, and much more classy and palatable for maybe your corporate events or wedding band situations. I also have a more Spanish guitar version of the group, where we have 2 Spanish guitars and a percussionist and possibly flamenco dancer or dancers. And I can do all of this as a solo artist, and that's usually what I do when I go and do these corporate events and weddings and country clubs and yacht clubs and things like that. A lot of the stuff I get through PartyPOP. But I can play a variety of music, whether I'm doing Gypsy King songs or heavy metal songs or authentic flamenco songs or salsa, Latin American songs. classical songs. I can do it all as a solo musician, and just with the one guitar. That's what's so nice about classical guitars. You have bass and melody, and you have a whole orchestra in it. I also can play with backing tracks, which I create myself, which are not cheesy synthesizer backing tracks or what you might hear in an elevator, but they're actual real instruments, and very classy and very tasteful. And I do a lot of music that people can recognize, whether it's Santana or Sting or the Beatles or what have you. I try and have a big variety of what I do. Well, I would have to say that mostly I write the music because it doesn't exist yet. I use elements like certain rhythmical rules from flamenco and certain tonalities and scales and song forms that they have in flamenco, and with metal, certain drum beat patterns and whatnot. But I really have to create something out of nothing, since it has never existed before, and it's been a big challenge trying to find the right guitar to use, trying to find how to make it work, both styles. And it's fun. I enjoy challenges, especially musically, and I'm constantly writing music. I've released probably 7 albums independently, and I have more that have been released through labels. 3 albums with the band and 4 on my own that are currently on iTunes, and I am currently working on 3 more actually. I have another Flametal album that's almost done, and I have 2 more Spanish guitar albums that I'm working on. One is a slow flamenco album for people who don't like the fast aggressiveness of that kind of playing, something nice and mellow. And I'm working on another one where I take the music of spaghetti westerns, like Clint Eastwood movies and whatnot, and play them on the Spanish guitar. So I'm really having a good time doing that because it's the perfect instrument to do that kind of music. I'm 36, and a lot of people my age are getting married, and they grew up with the same music that I did. And although they might not want to hear it all loud and bombastic, especially with their parents and grandparents and whatnot around, but I get so many requests now from brides and grooms, can you please play Iron Maiden in our wedding reception? Because the way I play it, I disguise these wonderful songs and the heavy metal genre. I disguise it, so it's almost as if the Gypsy Kings were to play Iron Maiden or Kiss or Queensryche or whatever songs I might be requested to do. For instance, my grandmother loves what I'm doing with Flametal. She has no idea that I'm doing a song that's called Spill the Blood, but it's all instrumental and it's very exotic, it's very beautiful sounding. So it's a pleasure and a treat for me to give my clients what they really want, and then their families usually end up really digging it. So it's kind of a cool thing. Okay, well, it's one of my favorite things to do. I just love seeing new towns and seeing new people, and I'm willing to travel anywhere to do the work that comes to me through PartyPOP. So I'm always welcoming trips. I take trips a lot by myself, or a lot of the times I perform with a flamenco dancer that I regularly work with. Or we might have a big flamenco troupe, or maybe it's with my band and we're opening up for a large arena act or something like that. So I like to tour the country in any way I possibly can. If I can get out of my little house, I will. So luckily, I have some guitar endorsements. I'm endorsed by a great company called Cordoba Guitars. That's one of these. And I'm also endorsed by a great electric guitar company called Godin Guitars. They're both fine guitars, and I'm I'm just fortunate enough that they want to use me a lot as their representative. So they send me around the country, and I go to different music stores and give clinics and workshops on not just their products, their guitars, but on the style that I play, and a little bit of Flametal, a little bit of flamenco, a little bit of classical, this and that. And it's a lot of fun for me, because I get to educate a whole new audience that might not know much about that culture or about that kind of music. And I get to show off a little bit, which I kind of like. But the best part for me is just being able to do my real passion, which is playing guitar in front of as many people as I possibly can.